Trigger warning. Ghosts, ghouls, and gruesome stuff ahead. It's weird, it's dark, it's your kind of vibe.
Welcome to Haunted and Homicidal, the podcast where true crime meets the paranormal. I'm Lauren.
And I'm Courtney. Every week we uncover the terrifying, the twisted, and the totally unexplainable. Lock your doors and grab your sage.
Because things are about to get haunted and homicidal. Well, that was your obligatory Mischa ASMR with Cool Ranch Doritos.
Woohoo!
Her favorite.
Don't look at me. I don't got enough for you.
So, how have you guys been? Good, I hope. I hope life is treating you well. It is beautiful October. They have eggnog out.
Yes.
I'm super excited. It is my favorite time of the year. I love October and Halloween and all the good stuff. I'm excited. My husband should be home Halloween weekend. I'm doing cute little Halloween food while the kids go trick-or-treating, even though my kids are 14, 16, and 18. And then my daughter's boyfriend, who's 22, and then my husband are all going to go around the neighborhood.
They are dating?
Yeah.
Oh.
So they're all going to go trick-or-treating, probably in the rich neighborhoods. It's where all the good candy's at, full-size candy.
I mean, usually.
Yeah. So, of course, I will do the mom tax when they get home, and I'll take all the ones that I like.
Give me all the Reese's.
Oh, no, Wayne will take all those. I like the blue Tootsie Rolls.
Oh, yeah.
The vanilla ones. Those are my favorite, yeah.
They do got some good flavored.
Okay. Well, I guess that is everything for us. So, we'll...
Did you even check the settings?
Yeah, I did that first, yeah.
Okay, I was like...
Yeah, I did that first.
Okay.
So, I guess we will go ahead and get into our stories.
The spooky.
The spooky,
For
yeah.
Halloween.
This comes out the day before Halloween, so happy Halloween, guys.
Woo!
Hope you guys have a great time tomorrow. We will. It'll be
I mean, I'll be at work, but...
well, I won't be, but it'll be fun. So, but, you know, we're kind of sticking with the little Halloween theme this week. So, enjoy.
I have the Headless Horseman.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, love me that Johnny Depp movie. Oh,
Yes, and I still can't find it. I looked for it last night, but I wasn't able to find it.
it was
So
on Hulu and Amazon.
I couldn't find it. I typed it in and it did not come up.
Sleepy Hollow did not come up.
Mm-mm.
The hell.
Yep.
Okay. So, he's a mythical figure that has appeared in folklore around Europe since the Middle Ages, traditionally depicted as riders on horseback who are missing their heads, of course.
Yeah, I mean, headless horseman. So
Yeah.
it's not a man like a centaur missing his head. It's a man riding a horse missing his head.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it could be confused as either, but whatever.
Yeah, could be. So these myths have inspired a number of stories and characters in culture around the world, including the legend of Sleepy Hollow.
Yep, I love. It's like one of my favorites.
So, Irish folklore. And if I mispronounce these names, I'm so sorry. I do not speak another language.
Yeah, they're rough. So anybody that listens to us in Ireland or of Irish background, feel free to yell at us and teach us how to say it properly. We are doing our best, and even if we listen to it and try to replicate it, it just doesn't turn out.
Dullahan,
Dullahan,
which means dark man, is a headless demonic fairy, usually riding a horse and carrying his head under his arm. Some versions say it's a spirit of Crumdove, a Celtic fertility god worshipped in Ireland who demanded blood sacrifices by decapitation until the arrival of Christian missionaries in the 6th century, and he turned into Dullahan. He wields a whip made from a human corpse's spine.
Ugh. I don't like that.
A whip.
No. Can you imagine? Like, ugh. No. Okay.
When he stops writing, a death occurs. So he calls out a name, at which point the named person immediately dies.
Kevin, that's you, bud.
Josh. Lauren.
No, don't. No, I don't want to. No, I mean, maybe. I'm a millennial. We really don't care anymore. But
if we go, we go.
Yeah, if I die, I die.
Another version, he's the headless driver of a black carriage, the Kashta Bauer.
Okay.
And then a similar figure, the Gonsian, which means without a head, can be frightened away by wearing a gold object or putting one in his path. Gold, distraction.
Maybe I'm the headless horseman, because if I see gold, I go the other way also. I don't like gold. It's ugly.
Yeah, I wear silver, rose gold. I don't really wear gold.
Yeah, I just don't like the way it looks. It cringes me out big time.
Scottish folklore. The most prominent tale involves a man named Ewan of the Little Head from the MacLeans of Lochpeel.
What? Ewan?
Of the Little Head.
So did they have little heads, or like...
I don't know. Or it was what their place was named, I guess. I don't know.
Oh, like maybe like a place.
Yeah.
Where are you from? Little Head.
And then Ewan, the son and heir of a MacLean's chief, was decapitated by a follower of his father during a clan battle in the 1500s.
Every time you say that, I swear I hear clam.
Clan.
They're fighting over clams.
Clan.
Clam.
In.
Clam.
Legend goes that his mad and black horse carried the headless body until exhausted. The horse stopped and the body toppled to the ground.
I don't understand. Why they would just like throw a headless man on a horse and like make the horse ride until he dies. I just don't. I don't understand what purpose.
Well,
that
I don't
serves.
think the horse died. The body fell off the horse.
But the horse was exhausted. It rode until exhaustion, and usually they die shortly thereafter.
Yeah.
It just.
I know.
Either way, I don't understand.
Because people are jackasses.
Yeah, like was that to be like, look what we did?
Yeah. Pretty much.
Was it their horse?
No, I think it was his horse.
Okay.
It was his horse.
Because I'd be like even stupider if it was like their horse. Or like, hey, we killed our horse too. Look at us.
No, it was Ewan's mad and black horse.
Okay.
And then ever since, some say Ewan has stalked the MacLeans, writing to claim their souls.
I mean, consequences of your actions.
Exactly. Others believe an encounter with Ewan, the headless horseman, is an omen of imminent death.
Yeah.
And then among Scottish diaspora, which means Scottish people who immigrated from Scotland and their descendants, in Cape Breton, Nova Scotia, seeing the image or hearing the sound of a horse or headless rider is traditionally regarded as an omen of imminent death within the family.
Okay. So within the family, not just at random.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then Welsh folklore. Okay. The Veneyu Heb Inpen, which is headless woman.
Okay.
Who rides a Keffil Heb Inpen, a horse without a head.
What the fuck?
So they have that one. And then Bryn Hall in Llanmaithiwi village.
Dear God in heaven. Okay.
Uh-huh. I told you it's going to be hard. Village in the community of Maithiwi in southeast Gwynedd, Wales, is said to have been haunted by a headless horseman, which only came to an end when one of the hall's servants discerned a message from the horseman identifying the location of a buried body.
Okay.
The body was said to be that of a legitimate child fathered by the Lord of Bryn Hall.
Okay, so he must have had something against the Lord of Bryn Hall, and he was like, hey,
there's a body.
He cheated and got somebody pregnant.
And they killed the baby.
And they killed the baby and buried it, so this really needs to be known.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, look, justice.
And then shares cultural similarities with Cornwall. It is possible that a version of the Welsh horseman, or a Cornish equivalent, may have been what was known to the parents of Washington Irving, who originated in Cornwall.
Okay.
Stories come mostly from the Rhineland, is a loosely defined area of western Germany along the Rhine, chiefly its middle section.
Okay.
And then rather than using decapitation, the headless horseman killed their victim simply by touching them.
Okay.
He's like, I'm gonna touch you.
Don't touch me. No touch. I turn into Cusco. No touchy.
No touchy. They were revenants, which is spirit or animated corpse, who had to wander the earth until they had atoned for their sins, sometimes by doing a good deed for a stranger. But instead of showing their gratitude by shaking hands, the stranger and the horseman held a tree branch between, and the branch would wither and die rather than the stranger.
Yeah, legit. I would probably do that also.
Yeah, I'm like
touch him with the tree branch. Like,
no touchy.
Don't touch me.
Don't touch
Thank you. Just say thank you from here.
Yeah.
I can hear you.
Yeah. Another version spoke of Der Kopflose Reiter, which is the headless horseman, who would warn the living of impending danger and chase down and punish the wicked.
My head hurts. With all those words.
Well, that's it on the words.
That is insane. So many words.
I told you it's a lot of words.
It's a lot.
English folklore, Dartmoor, an area in England, ceremonial county Devon, is said to be haunted by a headless rider. Arthurian legend has a green knight appearing before King Arthur's court and challenge one man to come forward and strike him with his axe, warning them that he will strike them the same blow in a year. So, Gawain, Arthur's nephew, accepted the challenge and beheaded the knight, who proceeded to retrieve his head and remind him to meet him at the Green Chapel to fulfill his half of the challenge. So he's like, picked up his head, said, all right, I see you in a year when I cut off your head.
So why did he go and make this challenge? Okay. And then 2, why did anybody accept the challenge knowing that in the following year they would be beheaded also?
I don't know.
Medieval times are fucking wild.
They like to show, oh, I can do it. I can do this shit.
Yeah, you
big
can
bad
do it,
boys.
but then like next year you get like 365 days and then you're dead.
He'll be like, they're probably like, that's not gonna happen. We'll just.
I don't understand, but again, the medieval times were fucking wild.
Yes. And then American folklore. So in southern Texas, stories of a figure known as El Muerto have circulated since the mid-1800s. It is said he dangles his head from his saddle, and his horse is said to produce lightning from its hooves as they strike the ground.
Yeah, that's one that I haven't heard before. Like, I know in movies and stuff, like in Sleepy Hollow, when the horse would rear, lightning would happen like around, but it didn't ever like come out of their hooves. So that's a new one for me.
It's been speculated that this particular version of the horseman was based off another legend. What?
You said it right.
What?
The first time.
Version?
No, particular. You usually struggle with that one.
That's because there's a Wyatt. When there's a Wyatt.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
never mind.
When there's a Wyatt. Version of the horseman was based off another legend where a man was captured and beheaded for stealing horses. This man was then, quote unquote, made an example when his killers tied his decapitated body to a wild horse, tied the head to the pommel of the saddle, and sent the horse on its way.
See, that's like the story from before where they just like draped him over the horse and made the horse run. I don't like it.
And like, it's a wild horse. They're not gonna have a saddle though, because they're wild horses.
Yeah, they're wild horses, number one, and he wasn't stealing wild horses. He was stealing trained, owned horses.
Yeah,
so
wild horses, you can't really get a saddle on.
What is the purpose here?
So all right, popular culture. So in literature, Washington Irving's Gothic story, The Legend of Sleepy Hollow, features a character known as the Headless Horseman who was believed to be a Hessian soldier who was decapitated by a cannonball in battle during the American War of Independence.
Oh, can you imagine being decapitated by a cannonball?
At least you don't feel it's real quick.
Maybe, but I can just imagine like that really wouldn't decapitate you. Your head would just like go backwards and like just hang there by the neck.
Oh God!
That's how I would feel about like a cannonball, because I wouldn't think, I mean, it could happen, I would assume, but I would just, decapitation to me usually I think of something sharp, like.
Well, I mean, if the cannonball's going super quick.
Yeah, maybe.
It's going fast enough.
Yeah.
So Irving traveled in Germany in 1821 and had become familiar with Dutch and German folklore. And the last of the legends of Rubizal from Johann Carl August Musa's literary retellings of German folktales is said to have inspired his story.
That was a fucking mouthful.
Yes, it was.
Wow. I had trouble following that.
And then comics. So the series Chopper, written by Martin Shapiro, a modern day reimagining. So he features a headless outlaw biker on a motorcycle who collected the souls of sinners. But the only people who could see him are those who have consumed a strange new ecstasy-like drug that triggers their sixth sense and opens a gateway to the afterlife.
Okay.
And then during the hallucinogenic high, any characters who have committed significant sins are hunted, but once the drug wears off, the victim is safe and beyond its reach.
Until they take the drug again.
Yes.
I don't like that one. Because can you imagine you're just like trying to have fun and get high and then like you're fucking fighting for your
Pretty
life?
much. At that point, I'm like, I'm not getting high again.
Yeah, I'd be like, never again, thank you. I would rather like take acid and see the pink dragon in my kitchen than fight for my life on ecstasy.
And then films. So appears in the Legend of Sleepy Hollow segment of the 1949 film The Adventures of Ichabod and Mr. Toad, which I have seen.
I don't think I'm pretty sure I haven't. I think the only thing I've seen is Sleepy Hollow with Johnny Depp and Christina Ricci and Christopher Walken.
Probably.
Yeah. And it's crazy because I love the fucking story, and it's so weird that I've like not bothered to watch anything else. But when you've got a good thing, you don't ruin it by watching other things. Like, I know I like this, and so I don't want to watch something else and be like, ugh, because it happens. Like, currently I watched Monster. Okay. Now I'm watching Ed Gein. I'm struggling so hard. His voice stresses me the fuck out. My body has a visceral reaction every time he speaks. Every time. It is boiling in my throat right now as we talk about it. When we get done recording, that's what we're going to do until dinner time. We're going to watch. And you're going to see what the fuck I'm talking about. Because he talks like this.
The fuck?
I'm not even kidding.
Oh, God. And I like Charlie. Okay.
You're not going to after this one.
Oh, Lord. Don't ruin Charlie for me.
Yeah. It's rough. Okay. Oh, I don't know if you've ever seen it, but there's this video, and it's of a dog.
Oh, God.
And, like, somebody's voice-overing the dog.
Uh-huh.
And he's like, what was it? He's like, and then I went to the refrigerator, and the dog's like, yeah. And he's like, and guess what I found? And he was like, what was in there? He reminds me of, like, that dog, or someone said he sounds like Kermit the Frog.
Oh,
like the
no.
creepy Kermit the Frog.
Oh, no.
It is gross. But that's how Ed Gein actually spoke. But
So, in the Adventures of Ichabod and Mr. Toad, so the horseman pursues Ichabod, which ends with him throwing this pumpkin head at him. So Ichabod's hat was found in the shattered pumpkin, but then there's a rumor that he married a wealthy widow in a distant county with children who look like him.
what?
Yeah, I don't know. So I guess because he disappeared, and all they found was his hat, they're like, oh, he actually like.
Oh, so he left, and they were like in a different county, and they're like, hey, those kids kind of look like him. Because he must be the dad.
Yeah, because all they find after the chase
was his hat.
Was his hat, and then the pumpkin. So they're like, instead of saying, oh, the horseman got him,
he vanished. He said, yeet, and he got out.
Yes.
Okay.
And then the original story implies that the horseman was merely bra and bones in disguise. The film depicts him as an actual ghost. And then this rendition was also featured in the television series House of Mouse, in reoccurring cameo appearances, and in the 2023 short film Once Upon a Studio.
House of Mouse, like Mickey Mouse?
I think so. I didn't really look that one up. I forgot.
It's kind of weird.
But I would think I think that's Mickey.
I don't think I like that.
What, House of Mouse?
Yeah. To be in conjunction with that story. Continue.
And then 1939, Will Hay comedy film Ask a Policeman. A headless horseman appears in connection with a smuggling ring.
Okay.
In 1999, Tim Burton film Sleepy Hollow.
Yes, he did.
The headless horseman is the ghost of a murderous Hessian mercenary summoned by Katrina Van Tassel's stepmother, Lady Van Tassel, to eliminate her enemies after she stole his skull from his grave and used it to control him. And then after Ichabod Crane returns his skull, the horseman returns to hell, taking Lady Van Tassel with him.
Yes, he did.
And then 2007 Sci-Fi Channel film Headless Horseman takes the tack that Irving's story was the quote-unquote whitewashed version, and the events in this horror film is the real story. It stars Richard Mall and Billy Aaron Brown and is directed by Anthony C. Ferrante.
I have no clue who any of those people are.
I don't either. And then 2022, the Asylum film Headless Horseman, directed by Jose Prentice. And then television. 1975 broadcast Kolchak the Night Stalker. Episode Choppa features a headless motorcyclist who enacts revenge for the loss of his head on a rival biker gang 20 years after his murder.
That's the one you mentioned before, right?
No.
Yeah, you said something about Chopper, and it was about...
Yeah, that was a comic. This was a...
Oh, it's completely different.
Yeah, Chopper...
Oh, why is it called the same thing?
I don't know.
Probably because of the bike. I think that's what the
Probably.
bikes are called, choppers.
Yeah, that's what people called bikes. Back then was choppers.
Yeah, because that makes total fucking sense.
They wanted to be cool.
No, sure. That's not the way to do it, but whatever.
And then 1999, season 4, Hey Arnold, episode 14, The Headless Cabbie depicts a headless cab driver.
I don't remember that one. And I watched Hey Arnold, like, religiously.
I feel like I remember that one.
Like, I feel like I do also, but also, like, I'm trying to really think about it, and I don't. It's weird.
Yeah. And then Midsummer Murders episode The Dark Rider, series 15, episode 1, shows a murder within a family who believe seeing a headless horseman is the mark of death, only for secrets to unravel the true culprit.
Okay.
And then 2013 series Sleepy Hollow is loosely inspired by Irving's original story, depicts the headless horseman as both the ghost of Abraham Brom Bones and as one of the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse.
Fucking Abraham Lincoln over here.
And then there's a Scooby-Doo episode.
Scooby-Doo.
Scooby-Doo.
There's always a Scooby-Doo episode.
Of course. I love me some Scooby-Doo.
I'm surprised there's not a Supernatural, because they cover shit like that, but there isn't one.
And then video games. So central character in multiple games such as Doulahan and Headless Jack.
Doulahan.
Also appears in many other games as a minor or secret and usually adversarial character or even an in-game costume such as Assassin's Creed 3, Assassin's Creed Rogue, The Binding of Isaac Rebirth, The Elder Scrolls 5, Skyrim, Castlevania Rondo of Blood, Roblox, Fate Grand Order, Team Fortress 2, and World of Warcraft.
I'm surprised he hadn't been like a skin and fork knife.
You probably will.
I mean, you would think he would have already have been.
I don't know. And then miscellaneous. So it's also the Headless Horseman is also the mascot for Sleepy Hollow High School in Westchester County, New York.
That's fucking
and has been referred to as America's scariest high school mascot.
That is awesome. Can you imagine? I would love to go to Sleepy Hollow High.
Know.
Oh.
And then since 1983, Conner Prairie Interactive Historic Park in Fishers, Indiana has held a Headless Horseman Festival celebrating the legend with a haunted corn maze and other activities.
I want to go to there.
Ooh. That's it.
I would love to go to there. Okay. Well, since, tomorrow is Halloween, we are going to discuss the origin of Halloween, because some people are very confused and misled about the actual origins of Halloween. So October 31st, we celebrate Halloween, which has become an increasingly popular tradition across the globe. Like, they started putting out Halloween stuff in our Walmarts in July.
Pretty much.
Yeah, not even kidding. They had, like little, like, where they have like the center pieces, or not the center pieces, but like in the center aisles, they've got those big wooden boxes full of like blankets, like rolled up blankets. They were July-Halloween blankets.
July-Halloween?
Yeah, that's what it said. So they've had it out since July, at least here. I'm pretty sure Spirit Halloween is open over in Ocean Springs, and I need to go, but I haven't had a chance.
The one in Gulfport, I think, is too, because my friend is working over there.
On 49?
Mm-hmm.
By the Walmart?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I like the Ocean Springs one better, but Conventionally, we host costume parties, watch scary movies, carve pumpkins, and light bonfires to celebrate the occasion, while the younger generations typically trick-or-treat, around the neighborhood.
Trick-or-treat, on my feet.
Or now they do like a trunk-or-treat because people just don't like walking neighborhoods anymore, or there's just like not a lot of neighborhoods participating that much anymore.
Yeah.
Thankfully, over in my neighborhood, there's right across the way, there's like the quote-unquote rich neighborhood where like the really fucking fancy houses, and they are packed. That's where the kids went last year, so that's where they're gonna go this year. But and I understand like the trunk or treat stuff, especially for the little ones, because you just stand in a line.
My friend does that for her kid.
You just stand in line and you just go like from trunk to trunk, and you usually end up with a good amount because like hundreds of people participate. So that's what we used to do with the kids. And now they're a little bit older, they can go by themselves. But, and just like any holiday we tend to celebrate, we can trace the origin of Halloween far back in time, mainly to pagan cultures. And it's beyond the scary pranks and the spooky outfits, because the festivities have a rich, very rich culture. So the origins of Halloween can be traced back all the way to ancient Celtic festivals known as Samhain. The Celts, who lived 2,000 years ago, mostly in the area that is now Ireland, the United Kingdom, and northern France. So 2,000 years ago, like, Halloween is not something just in our generation. This has been happening for 2,000 years, not so much as what we know it today, but the origins of it. That's how it started. It was originally an event that marked the end of the harvest season and the beginning of the winter in Ireland, which was considered to be quote-unquote dark and cold and often associated with human death, which makes sense. Yeah. Because, people couldn't keep warm, so they would die. Your harvest is dying. Yeah, your harvest is dying, so you guys they weren't eating as much during the wintertime. Kids were starving. And if you notice, like, flu season is during the wintertime. Yeah. So...
Because, I get sick pretty much when it goes from, like, summer to winter and then from winter to summer. Yep. When the seasons change,
Yep. So, a lot of that has to do with the viruses and stuff being able to survive colder temperatures, and your immunity is lower.
What is it, baby? Why you look so sad?
You want to go out there? You want to go out there and see sister? The day after, on November 1st, it would mark the ancient Celts' New Year. So instead of January 1st here, it was November 1st back then. Like other ancient Gaelic festivals, Samhain was seen to be a liminal, and liminal basically means boundary or a threshold.
Oh, okay.
So it was seen to be a liminal time when boundaries separating the spiritual world and the real world were reduced. On the night of October 31st, it was believed that the ghosts of the dead would return to the earth, which is kind of, we still think that. So that's something that we still kind of, that's something that we still kind of think about for Halloween. And this is why Halloween has become associated with the appearance of spirits, fairies, and ghosts from the mythical quote-unquote otherworld. Ooh. When the lines were blurred between the worlds of the living and the dead, the Celts used the opportunity to honor and worship their ancestors. In addition to causing trouble and damaging crops, Celts thought that the presence of the otherworldly spirits made it easier for the Druids, or Celtic priests, to make predictions about the future.
Okay.
For a people entirely dependent on the volatile natural world, these prophecies were an important source of comfort during the long, dark winter. So basically, they were kind of expecting these Druids to be like, hey, winter's gonna suck, but the crops in the summer are gonna fucking be phenomenal.
Because, that's how they lived, was them crops, man.
Yeah, that's how they lived. So they kind of used that time to, quote-unquote, predict the future. And it was basically just their best guess at that point. Yeah. But that is kind of what... I lost my train of thought. Many, however, were concerned about the access dark and evil spirits had to influence these in the real world. So a lot of people were concerned that during October 31st, when the veil was thin, the spirits that would come across were evil. And it made them concerned about what they could do
Yeah.
while they had free reign for that 24-hour period or however long it
Yeah.
was. So this is why many Celts dress their children as demons to confuse the evil spirits, and they mark their doors with animal blood to deter unwanted visitors.
They said they're one of you.
So, yeah. So they were like, kids, put this on. You're evil now, okay? And so the evil spirits were like, do. Hey, my friend.
My friend.
So they would like fucking leave them alone. So, yeah, you know.
That's smart.
Yeah. With
Disguise.
disguise. I'm going to be the master of disguise.
Guys.
With newly uncovered archaeological evidence, historians are almost certain that animal as well as human sacrifices were made during Samhain to honor the dead and the Celtic gods.
Sacrifice.
Yeah.
Ooh-wah.
Yes. It is thought that the famous Irish bog bodies may be the remains of the kings who were sacrificed. So,
What the fuck are Irish bog bodies?
yeah, look it up. It's a story that we will eventually cover. It is wild. The kings who were sacrificed suffered the threefold death, which involved wounding, burning, and drowning. So the three kings each had one of these. Yeah. It's wild. It's such a fascinating story, though. It's crazy, yeah. So,
Are they in pieces?
they've been in the bog. Bones disarticulate when they don't have cartilage or muscle to hold them together. Yeah, that's going to be a fun story to cover. You want that one? Anyway, the kings that died suffered a threefold death, which involved wounding, burning, and drowning. So,
Oh, okay. So you're dying.
yeah, so you're completely dead.
Making sure you're dead.
Yeah, so to commemorate Samhain, crops were also burned and animals were sacrificed and bonfires were made as part of the worship to the Celtic deities.
Why can't they sacrifice rocks or leaves? Why they got?
No. Because it's a blood sacrifice. It's like the highest form of...
So just cut your palm and go,
yeah,
that is it.
But they're not witches. That's what witches do. Yeah, that's what we do. We cut we do...
Leave the animals alone.
Bloodletting, but this is completely different.
Find something else.
Nope. During the celebration, the Celts wore costumes typically consisting of animal heads and skin and attempted to tell each other's fortunes.
Attempted.
So they murdered the animals and then wore them. And pretended to be Madame Cleo or Mrs. Cleo.
Let me read your palm.
Yeah. Look into my eyes and I will tell you your fortune. You're gonna die. Thank you. When the celebration was over, they relit their hearth fires, which they had extinguished earlier that evening from the sacred bonfire to help protect them during the coming winter. So the bonfire that they threw humans and animals into, they took torches, lit those, and then went back to their homes and lit their own fires in their homes. And they thought that would be protection against the coming winter. Because the bonfire was, quote unquote, the sacrificial bonfire. Mm-hmm. So that means, the deities prayed over it or blessed it or whatever. So they thought that because they did what they were supposed to do, now they take this fire, bring it home, and it's going to protect them.
Okay.
You got to remember, this was very long time ago.
Yes.
We know that doesn't work now.
No.
Some sources claim these fires were made to honor the ancestors, while others indicate that these fires were part of the deterrence of evil spirits.
They said, go away.
So I kind of feel like it's both.
Yeah.
They sacrificed to honor the spirit or to honor their ancestors, but they also sacrificed to keep the evil away from them, and keep the harvest bountiful for the following year. These people were just doing the best they could. Yeah. They didn't know any better. Once Roman forces had conquered a vast amount of Celtic territory by 43 AD in northern France and the British Isles, traditional Roman religious festivals were assimilated with pagan celebrations. Easter, pagan. Christmas, pagan. Halloween, pagan.
Yeah.
Everything
pagan.
Pagan. All pagan. So if y'all celebrate any of this, you're pagan. Yule logs, pagan. Decorating the Christmas tree, pagan. It's all pagan. Yeah, see, people don't know. People are like, Christian. No, bitch.
No, bitch.
No, bitch. Let me learn you something. You will be learning something at Christmas time about.
Breathe.
I'm stressed, but I need to not be, because I do realize that a lot of people don't understand or because of their religion, even if they want the knowledge, they're scared to kind of venture, you know, because sometimes it does test your faith. It definitely tested mine, and that's the reason I am the way I am now.
Yeah.
But education is key, and I believe that over everything. The Roman festival of Feralia was traditionally celebrated in late October, although some historians suggest the festival actually occurred in February.
How do you go?
I don't know. It's so weird.
February's the very beginning. What?
It's like there's like, what, 4 months between the two? But again,
June, July, August,
you have to think
7 months.
This was 43 AD. Okay, they probably did not take a lot of record.
Probably not. No.
They didn't write shit down then.
No.
So they're just best guessing based on like what they do know about it, what crops were in season during that time. So, you know, that 4 month window is probably, it could be anywhere in there, you know, because like pumpkins and squash and stuff typically are fall harvest. So fall is like what, August to
November
ish.
Yeah.
So it could just depends.
Yeah.
It was a day to commemorate the souls and spirits of the dead, and was hence one of its first festivals to be combined with the Celtic festival of Samhain. So the Roman festivals and the Celtic festival of Samhain kind of blended.
Mm-hmm.
So they started celebrating like all together, kind of with like the same processes. Another festival was the Day of Pomona, the Roman goddess of fruit and trees. In Roman religion, the symbol that represented this goddess was an apple. So fall time, right?
Time, yeah.
This has led many to believe the Halloween tradition of apple bobbing originated from this Roman influence on the Celtic celebration.
I cannot apple bob worth a shit.
I cannot either, because the water goes up my nose and then I die. So I would rather just go to Walmart, buy an apple. Like I bob for apples in Walmart. And by bob, I mean I just select the ones that look proper.
Yeah.
And I bring them home and I cut them up and I eat them with peanut butter or caramel.
Yes.
Yeah.
Or chocolate.
No, not me.
Apparently it's something. People eat it with chocolate.
Yeah, like candy apples and stuff have chocolate on them. A lot of them do, but I do caramel. So I'm not a chocolate person, really. Like, how often do you see me eating chocolate?
Yeah, I was so glad when I got my braces off, I got to pick a caramel apple with whatever I wanted. So I got caramel apple with Reese's all over it.
I mean, I eat chocolate occasionally, but caramel is like my favorite.
Yeah.
My favorite thing. It is believed that from the 9th century AD, so that's a very long time ago,
It's a long time ago.
Christianity had begun to influence and displace old pagan rituals within the Celtic regions, as Christianity tends to do. All Saints' Day and All Hallows' Day are terms that have been used interchangeably throughout history. The E before these dates was then called Halloween. It's HALLOWE''EN. Don't know why they spelled it that way back then, but they did.
Okay.
And it was celebrated on the eve, quote unquote, before the day of the Hallows, which was on October 31st.
Okay.
So
makes sense.
maybe EN is like Eve, like how they would say Eve. So it's like Hallows Eve.
Yeah.
Which would be Halloween.
Yeah.
So maybe that makes the most sense to me. I could be completely off the mark, but that's what makes the most sense to me. So, All Saints' Day. On May 13th of 609, Pope Boniface IV dedicated the Pantheon in Rome in honor of all Christian martyrs, and the Catholic feast of All Martyrs' Day was established in the Western Church. Pope Gregory III later expanded the festival to include all saints as well as all martyrs and moved the observation from May 23rd to November 1st. So they can't figure out like when they want to celebrate this shit. They just move it.
Clearly.
Yeah. By the 9th century, the influence of Christianity had spread into Celtic lands, where it gradually blended with and supplanted older Celtic rites. So, when the Christianity started spreading, it took over everything.
Yeah.
It deleted everything. It changed everything. In the year 1000, the church made November 2nd All Souls' Day, a day to honor the dead. It is widely believed today that the church was attempting to replace the Celtic Festival of the Dead with a related church-sanctioned holiday.
What?
Yeah. So they're like, hey, this is kind of like a good idea. I like this thought, but let's put religion on top of it. Let's take it and make it ours, just like they've done with every fucking thing else. All Souls Day was celebrated similarly to Samhain, with big bonfires, parades, and dressing up in costumes as saints, angels, and devils. So similar but different, because during Samhain they dressed up like with animal skins and kind of scarier, and with this one they're like saints and angels, and then like the bad people can be devils, and like we're gonna fight them and win. Woo! Yeah. All Saints Day celebration was also called All Hallows or All Hallow Mass. Kind of like Christmas, but Hallow Mass.
I like that.
There's a lot I don't like about Christianity, and this is like right there. And the night before, the traditional night of Samhain in the Celtic regions began to be called All Hallows Eve and eventually Halloween.
Religions, not regions.
I'm sorry, what?
You said regions instead of religions.
They don't know. It sounded the same. It's okay. The celebration of Halloween was extremely limited in colonial New England because of the rigid Protestant belief systems. Halloween was more commonly recognized in like Maryland and the southern colonies. So like New England, they were like, no,
we don't want it.
Not happening. You will not carve a fucking pumpkin. You will not trick or treat. No.
And the kids, I want fucking candy, bitch.
And the South is like, fuck yeah, we'll do it. Yeah. We're still like that, so it's okay. As the beliefs and customs were different, European ethnic groups and American Indians meshed, a distinctly American version of Halloween began to emerge. The first celebrations included quote-unquote play parties, which were public events held to celebrate the harvest. Neighbors would share stories of the dead, tell each other's fortunes, dance, and sing. So pretty much exactly what they were doing during pagan times.
Yes.
During the Celtic era.
Same shit.
Before Christianity took over. So doing the same stuff.
Shit.
Same stuff. Colonial Halloween festivities also featured the telling of ghost stories and mischief making of all kinds. Along with skeletons and black cats, the holiday has incorporated scary beings such as ghosts, witches, and vampires into the celebration. Another major symbol that we all know, because as soon as the pumpkins start coming out, jack-o'-lantern, which is a hollowed-out pumpkin, originally a turnip.
Because those are smaller.
Yeah, because they were smaller, easier to carry, but then there was also, like, they were in vast supply back in the day.
And they're shaped differently.
Yeah. But they were carved into a demonic face and lit with the candle inside. By the middle of the 19th century, annual autumn festivities were common, but Halloween was not yet celebrated everywhere in the country.
I hate carving pumpkins.
I don't do it. We paint them.
It grosses me out.
We paint them. In the second half of the 19th century, America was flooded with new immigrants. These new immigrants, especially the millions of Irish fleeing the Irish potato famine, helped to popularize the celebration of Halloween nationally. So thank you to the Irish, which is where this shit originated. They brought this over, and it became my favorite fucking holiday ever.
Thank you, Ireland.
Mm-hmm.
Which I still need to go over there.
Thank you, Ireland, for like everything.
I just need to go over to that area anyway.
Yeah, just thank you, Ireland, for everything. I fucking love Irish everything. Like, ugh, I love it. I love the way they speak. It's like their accent. Oh, immaculate. Chef's kiss.
Mwah.
Borrowing from European traditions, Americans began to dress up in costumes and go house to house asking for food or money, a practice that eventually became today's trick-or-treat tradition. Young women believed that on Halloween they could divine the name or appearance of their future husband by doing tricks with yarn, apple parings, or mirrors. In the late 1800s, there was a move in America to mold Halloween into a holiday more about community and neighborly get-togethers than about ghouls, pranks, and witchcraft. Fuck that. Don't like it. Give me the ghouls, the pranks, and the witchcraft.
I mean, you're still going to get the ghouls, the pranks, and the witchcraft. They still got that.
It's still there. And could see, like, I mean, back when we were younger, or when I was younger at least, it did seem to be more community related because a lot of people did do the trick-or-treating.
Yeah.
You know, if your porch light was on, you had candy. If your porch light was off, you didn't. And most people did it. As my kids started growing up, like, nobody did trick-or-treating anymore. That's what the trunk-or-treats kind of replaced. So I can see where it kind of came out of that neighborly.
Because during COVID, didn't they do, like, they didn't do the...
I don't remember. I think during COVID, I just bought my kids bags of candy. They were okay with that. And that's all they wanted to go trick-or-treating for anyway. It was literally just a candy. You know? And like this year, I'm like, why do you want to go trick-or-treating? We'll just buy candy. And they're like, we're bored. So, like, whatever. Whatever. They can go. Benjamin's going to go as a trash wizard.
I still don't understand that.
Don't ask. I don't know. London's going as Spider-Man because she's got like a full-body Spider-Man uniform thing. And then Riley's going as the Grim Reaper. So, I don't know what trash wizard is. He has stolen all of my Walmart bags to make a cape.
Okay.
I don't know. Don't ask me questions. He's weird.
He's special.
At the turn of the century, Halloween parties for both children and adults became the most common way to celebrate the day. Parties focused on games, food of the season, and festive costumes. Parents were encouraged by newspaper and community leaders to take anything, quote, frightening or, quote, grotesque out of Halloween celebrations. Absolutely the fuck not. Those are my favorite ones. Because of these efforts, Halloween lost most of its superstitious and religious overtones by the beginning of the 20th century. By the 1920s and the 1930s, Halloween had become a secular but community-centered holiday with parades and town-wide Halloween parties as the featured entertainment. Despite the best efforts of many schools and communities, vandalism began to plague some of the celebrations in many communities during this time.
Exactly. You're still going to get this shit.
Yeah. By the 1950s, town leaders had successfully limited vandalism, and Halloween had evolved into a holiday directed mainly at the young due to the high numbers of young children during the 1950s baby boom. Parties moved from town civic centers into the classroom or home where they could be more easily accommodated. So, think about it. In Hocus Pocus, the Halloween party was like a town hall.
Yeah.
Right? So, cool. But then Allison had a Halloween party at her house.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. In Casper, the Halloween party was at her house.
Yeah.
So, yeah. All the Halloween parties I ever went to were like in old dusty sheds and stuff. It was awesome.
I didn't do it. I never did a Halloween party.
Oh, I did. It was fucking awesome. Dangerous because we were stupid, but it was awesome.
I am lame and didn't really go to parties.
Oh, I did a lot.
I had no social battery.
I did when I was younger. Now I'm like, I don't even want to go to Walmart for 5 minutes because it drains me. So, between 1920 and 1950, the centuries-old practice of trick-or-treating was also revived. Trick-or-treating was a relatively inexpensive way for an entire community to share the Halloween celebration. In theory, families could also prevent tricks being played on them by providing the neighborhood children with small treats.
They said, "Suck, here you go.
So
Don't egg my house."
right, trick or treat, smell my feet,
give me something good to eat. If you don't, I don't care. I'll pull down your underwear.
Right, so that's like that whole thing. That's where that came from.
Mm-hmm.
That's where that came from. Thus, a new American tradition was born, and it has only continued to grow. Today, Americans spend more than $11 billion
Good Lord.
annually on Halloween, making it the country's second largest commercial holiday after Christmas. But you've got to think,
Yeah.
12-foot skeletons, all these decorations that people just go fucking insane for. Me, hello.
You.
All the candy that people buy, the decorations.
You have Halloween out 24/7.
I do, but that's just me.
Yeah.
But I get it. Like, if I
Yeah.
had $11 billion, all that $11 billion would come directly from me, okay?
I was like, you want an all black house, so
I'm going to have an all-black house. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. Even if I have to buy one and then paint it black, it's going to be black. So, scary Halloween movies have a long history of being box office hits. Classic Halloween
Scary
movies.
I love me some scary.
Classic Halloween movies include the Halloween franchise, based on the 1978 original film directed by John Carpenter and starring Donald Pleasance, Nick Castle, Jamie Lee Curtis, and Tony Moran.
Yes.
In Halloween, a young boy named Michael Myers murders his 17-year-old sister and is committed to jail, only to escape as a teen on Halloween night and seek out his old home and a new target. A direct sequel to the original Halloween was released in 2018, starring Jamie Lee Curtis and Nick Castle. A sequel to that, Halloween Kills, was released in 2021. And a sequel to that, Halloween Ends, was released in 2022.
Didn't they just release like 2 more?
I don't know, maybe. Considered a classic horror film down to its spooky soundtrack, Halloween inspired other iconic slasher films like Scream, Nightmare on Elm Street, and Friday the 13th. More family-friendly movies include Hocus Pocus, The Nightmare Before Christmas, Beetlejuice, which are 3 of my fucking top favorite movies, and It's the Great Pumpkin, Charlie Brown. But let's also not forget Halloween Town, Halloween Town 2, Calabar's Revenge, Halloween Town High, and The Return of Halloween Town, which I am getting ready to watch Halloween Town High tonight because I've already watched the other 2. I love Halloween. Like, this whole month is just Halloween movies for me. And so now we're going to talk about All Souls Day and soul cakes. So, the American Halloween tradition of trick-or-treating probably dates back to the early All Souls Day parades in England. During the festivities, poor citizens would beg for food, and families would give them pastries called soul cakes in return for their promise to pray for the family's dead relatives. So, poor people would go begging for food. And at the houses that they go to, they would tell them, we'll give you this cake as long as you promise to pray for all of our dead ancestors. So the poor people were like, yeah, cool, we'll do that. So they got food, right? The distribution of soul cakes was encouraged by the church as a way to replace the ancient practice of leaving food and wine for roaming spirits.
I want a soul cake.
Yeah.
I want cake.
The practice, which was referred to as quote-unquote going a-souling, was eventually taken up by children who would visit the houses in their neighborhood and be given ale, food, and money.
Wait, why would you give children ale?
Because back in the day, it wasn't dangerous.
Oh, okay.
Or it wasn't known to be dangerous. The tradition of dressing in costume for Halloween has both European and Celtic roots. Hundreds of years ago, winter was an uncertain and frightening time. Food supplies often ran low, and for many people afraid of the dark, the short days of winter were full of constant worry. So, I've always said, I'm not afraid of the dark. I'm afraid of what's in the dark.
Yes.
That's what I've always said. So, they were probably extra scared because, you know, they believed in the Wendigo and El Chupacabra and all these kind of things. So, maybe not in Ireland, but I'm sure they had.
I do not sleep with my door open. My door's going to be closed.
I only sleep with my door closed because I don't want the cats in there. But normally I would sleep with it open. The closet, though? No, ma'am.
Every door in my room has to be shut. The only time I have it open is if I'm dog sitting or cat sitting.
No, ma'am. The door to my closet.
But even then, I'm barely sleeping.
The door to my closet.
Ever since I saw them fingers and them eyeballs, no.
The door to my closet has to be closed. That's it. And I also can't sleep with like my foot or my hand off the bed because I'm scared something's going to come up from underneath my bed and grab me. And I like at almost 40, like I know that's insane, but that's just like in the pit of my stomach, in my chest feeling when I go to sleep. Like I do not hang my feet over. I don't even like have my feet out. They're tucked under the blanket, or the blanket's tucked under my feet. Mischa, not so much. She doesn't care.
No.
Yeah. On Halloween, when it is believed that ghosts came back to the earthly world, people thought they would encounter ghosts if they left their homes. To avoid being recognized by these ghosts, people would wear masks when they left their homes after dark so that the ghosts would mistake them for fellow spirits. So again, not scared of the dark, scared of what's in the dark. Are you getting booty scratches? Oh, booty scratches! Booty, 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 rocking everywhere. Look at that tail. Oh. So again, it's not being scared of the dark, it's being scared of what's in the dark, because they thought if they left their homes after dark, the ghosts were going to be there and they were going to attack them. So they dressed up like a ghost. So the other ghosts would be like, oh, that's just a ghost. Like they wouldn't be able to tell it was a human dressed like a ghost.
Mm-hmm.
You know, whatever. Whatever.
Rock me in my face.
Yeah. On Halloween, to keep ghosts away from their houses, people would place bowls of food outside their homes to appease the ghosts and prevent them from attempting to enter. So,
for a second, I thought I read attempting to murder.
I mean, maybe. We don't know. We don't know because they ate the food and left. So we don't know what the intention was. Although I don't know why a ghost would want food because they can't eat or digest it. But that's just kind of the theory.
They thought they could.
Yeah, I don't know. It obviously worked.
They wanted to feel included.
They thought the ghosts were Santa Claus. Yes. You had to leave him cookies and milk. I don't know. So instead of bringing gifts, they don't bring murder. So Halloween has always been a holiday filled with mystery, magic, and superstition. It began as a Celtic end-of-summer festival during which people felt especially close to deceased relatives and friends. For those friendly spirits, they set places at the dinner table, left treats on the doorstep and along the side of the road, and lit candles to help the loved ones find their way back to the spirit world.
That's
nice.
That's how you set fires.
Also, yes. And there'll be ghosts too.
Yes.
Today's Halloween ghosts are often depicted as more fearsome and malevolent, and our customs and superstitions are scarier too. We avoid crossing paths with black cats, afraid they might bring us bad luck. Don't come to my house if you think that black cats are scary, because I have a lot of them.
I love my muffin.
Yeah, I have a lot of black cats. So,
back off the black cat. They're
not scary. They're whiny and clingy. But that's about the extent of it. And there's Muffin right there.
You heard me say Muffin.
Yeah.
You heard me call him.
This idea has its roots in the Middle Ages, when many people believed that witches avoided detection by turning themselves into black cats and were in league with Satan. So, I mean, like, we see that in a lot of movies. Witches are familiar as a cat. Sabrina, Hocus Pocus, although the cat was not their familiar, but black cat was involved. You know, and obviously, like I said, Sabrina, Salem Saberhagen.
Yeah.
We try not to walk under ladders for the same reason. This superstition may have come from the ancient Egyptians, who believed that triangles were sacred. It also, you know, may have something to do with the fact that walking under a leaning ladder just is not safe to begin with.
No.
Like, use common sense there. And around Halloween especially, we try to avoid breaking mirrors, stepping on cracks in the road, or spilling salt, but that's like a year-round thing. Step on a crack, you break your mother's back. If you spill salt on the table, you're supposed to throw it over your right shoulder. And if you break mirrors, it's like 7 years of bad luck. So I must have broken a lot of mirrors because... But, you know, like, what about Halloween traditions and beliefs that today's trick-or-treaters have forgotten about? Many of these obsolete rituals focused on the future instead of the past, and the living instead of the dead. In particular, many had to do with helping young women identify future husbands by reassuring them that they would someday, with luck by next Halloween, be married.
Apparently, I guess I need to do something for...
No, because these were like 15 and 16-year-old girls.
Oh, no.
Like, these were people who did not need to be married.
Well, apparently I need to do something because I got nothing.
Yeah, that's okay. That is okay. It's okay. I promise. In the 18th century Ireland, a matchmaking cook might bury a ring in her mashed potatoes on Halloween night, hoping to bring true love to the diner who found it. So she just bought a ring, put it in mashed potatoes.
But what if a girl gets it? Because they didn't do all that. They didn't like
it was
all that
for the girl.
No, but like, what if a girl got the ring who eating the mashed potatoes?
Yeah, that's who was supposed to get it. The girl was supposed to get it, and which meant she would be married.
Wait, so the guy's the cook?
No.
What?
It was just a cook that was a matchmaker.
Oh,
so during Halloween, they would just throw the ring into mashed potatoes and dole out whoever wanted mashed potatoes, and whoever got the ring, they are saying, would be married.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not like you put it in a piece of cake for a specific person and they find it. No, this was just all the women who were single looking for whatever on Halloween night came in. They wanted the mashed potatoes. The cook, who was also a matchmaker, put the ring in the potatoes, mixed it in a big bowl, and ladled it out. Oh, okay. And then, so they didn't know what bowl it went in, and whoever got the ring, random, is the one next in line for marriage, basically. Okay. Yeah.
I get it now. I get it.
Cal was like, what are you asking me? I'm so confused.
I don't know what I was asking. I don't know. I haven't had coffee.
Yeah, me either. In Scotland, fortune tellers recommended that an eligible young woman name a hazelnut for each of her suitors and then toss the nuts into the fireplace. The nut that burned to ashes rather than popping or exploding, the story went, represented the girl's future husband. But in some legends, the opposite was true. So the ones that burned were not the one, and the ones that popped out.
2 nuts.
Yeah, or 12. However many people this girl liked, and she would just throw them into the fire.
But what if she had more than one?
She'd probably have to keep doing it until there was only one.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know. Or maybe this was kind of like a
two is the limit.
What is it called? Sister wives kind of thing. Yeah, I don't know. Brother husbands. Another tale had it that if a young woman ate a sugary concoction made of walnuts, hazelnuts, and nutmeg before bed on Halloween night, she would dream about her future husband.
Okay.
Some young women tossed apple peels over their shoulder, hoping that the peels would fall on the floor in the shape of their future husband's initials. They tried to learn about their futures by peering at egg yolks floating in a bowl of water.
Because that would tell them how many kids they'd have, right?
It doesn't say. That, like, some stories say that, but then some stories say, like, it'll also kind of drop the initials of the man you're supposed to marry. Or they stood in front of mirrors in darkened rooms, holding candles and looking over their shoulder for their husband's face.
Nah, that shit you get Bloody Mary.
Yeah, that's Bloody Mary shit right there. Other rituals were, like, more competitive. At some Halloween parties, the first guest to find a burr on a chestnut hunt would be the first to marry. At others, the first successful apple bobber would be the first down the aisle.
That was, like, kind of at, like, my brother's wedding. They put, like, little charms in the cake attached to a string, and whoever pulled all the single girls would pull the string.
That's cute.
And whoever had the ring would be married next.
That's cute. Did the person get married next, or, like,
the person who got it was already married?
Then why did they pull it? They were supposed to be all the single girls. Okay. Okay. Oh, well, that is the end of that episode. Thank you guys for listening. We so love the support. Thank you guys, especially for the repeat listeners, for sticking.
We have free shit.
For sticking with us, like, as far as you have. We will, I promise, eventually post the pictures of the... I'm not going to say that because we'll probably have pictures of that this coming week, and this comes out after.
Yeah.
So if you guys have seen the pictures on our Facebook of the shirts,
Instagram
and Insta of the shirts and the tumblers, if you guys are interested in those, you know, we can kind of like start like an order form and see how you guys want it, you know, whatever. But find us on Facebook, facebook.com/haunted and homicidal. We also have a Patreon where you can subscribe to tiers. We have free goodies. We would like for somebody to subscribe so we can start sending shit out. But you know, I know the economy is kind of fucked right now.
Yes.
So we're hoping things start getting better for everybody.
Because we struggling too.
We are. We fucking are. Adulthood is the worst fucking hood I've ever been in. Okay.
It is. It's like, and my friends post something on Facebook. It's like, no matter how much you budget, like, there is no budgeting.
It's never enough.
It's never enough. We're in an economy where we can't afford to fucking live because everything's so fucking expensive.
Yeah, because you can budget. That's all well and good. But then the next week you go into the grocery store and the milk is $3 more than it was. The eggs are $5 more than it was. The bread is $9. You can't budget for that.
No.
Because the prices are there. The inflation is happening so fucking quick.
And we don't get paid enough for all this shit.
And this is what y'all voted for. So, there's that. But again, you can find us on Patreon, patreon.com/haunted and homicidal. If you guys have any suggestions, want to hear certain stories, have interesting information about something that, you know, we might not know about, because obviously we don't know everything.
No.
We would love to hear it, because, you know, we do want some stories, you know, that maybe we haven't seen yet that other people may be knowledgeable about, or maybe is kind of obscure that people haven't heard about. In fact, our murder episodes are kind of obscure, because I'd never heard about either of them.
Nope.
But they're interesting. So, you know, just send us that information. We would love to hear from you guys. Again, thank you for listening, and tune in next week. Tell your friends, all that good stuff. Okay, love you. Bye.
Love you. Bye.